Recently, I was flying my BK-ROG plane that was built from the plans that Paul Bradley had drawn up in CAD. There are a couple of differences from the original plane that I designed, but I think this is better. I had started out with the cheap orange propeller and no landing gear, and then I put the 3D printed propeller on with the landing gear and did some ROG flights. When I first flew with this propeller, I had, I think, too much down thrust, and I reduced that to a minimum, and it seems to climb good now. Here's a picture of the plane right after construction with the orange propeller. I tried 3/16 rubber at first, but that really wasn't enough. Here I'm flying in a little bit of wind and it was barely moving forward. The first time I flew it, it had this bad stall under power. I kept moving the wing back, but then I had to add down thrust, and after that it seemed to climb real nice. I wanted to make sure it would fly without landing gear, if some people that built it didn't want to bother with the landing gear. On my first plane, after using the orange propeller, I was sent a 3D propeller, which I used, and I also ended up adding a DT system. I flew it with less than full winds, and it was slow climbing, but the cruise was really good. But I realize now there could be some difference with a higher pitch propeller, but also I had too much down thrust to start with. Here you see it coming down on the DT, the front of the wing pops up. As I changed over to 2 loops of 1/8 rubber and put in more turns, the fuselage broke in half. Since then I've added a layer of 1/16 to the quarter square. That is working, but it also broke the prop hanger. I fixed that, but I got a little bit of right thrust in, which caused some problems. I didn't notice that until I went to fly it, and the first time it takes off, it banks over to the right and hits the ground. But I compensated for that, and I'll have to fix the thrust line, but I'm having a lot of fun with this.